Welcome to a journey through the epic failures of French and English colonies in North America. Experience the fine line between triumph and tragedy as we uncover the battles fought, the hopes that faded, and the resilience that defined this turbulent chapter in history. Get ready to witness the challenges that shaped the destiny of a continent, a tale of courage, despair, and the pursuit of glory. The year is 1524. The salty air hangs heavy with anticipation, as if the very ocean itself is holding its breath. A lone ship cuts through the waves, its sails billowing like the chests of men yearning for the unknown. Each gust of wind propels them further into uncharted waters where maps end and legends begin. On board, eyes gleam with a potent cocktail of fear and excitement. These men are not just sailors, they are dreamers, adventurers, and seekers of fortune. They are explorers, driven by whispers of legendary cities paved with gold, and the promise of a shortcut to the riches of the Orient. The elusive Northwest Passage, the tales of El Dorado and the Fountain of Youth fuel their imaginations. These dreams, whispered in taverns and debated in royal courts, fuel a desperate, often tragic quest. The allure of untold wealth and eternal glory is a siren song that few can resist. The allure of the New World proves irresistible, drawing men across a vast and unforgiving ocean. They leave behind the familiar, stepping into the unknown with nothing but hope and determination. They seek fortune, they seek glory, they seek adventure. Each wave they conquer brings them closer to their dreams, yet also closer to the perils that lie ahead. They will find hardship, they will find despair, and many will find their final resting place beneath the waves or on the shores of this untamed land. The price of their dreams is often paid in blood and tears. Storms rise with the fury of Poseidon himself, tossing ships like driftwood. The ocean's wrath is relentless, testing the mettle of even the bravest souls. Supplies dwindle and the spectre of scurvy looms large. The lack of fresh food and water turns the voyage into a battle for survival. Yet onward they sail, these intrepid souls, their resolve hardened by the promise of untold riches, and their names etched in the annals of history. Their determination is unyielding, their spirit unbreakable. But the New World holds secrets, secrets that will test the limits of human endurance and redefine the meaning of success and failure. The land is as unforgiving as the sea, and only the strongest will prevail. France, eager to stake its claim in this new land of opportunity, dispatched explorers to chart the coastline and seek the elusive passage to the east. Giovanni de Verrazzano, a Florentine navigator in the service of the French crown, sailed the Atlantic coast in 1524. He encountered the native inhabitants, traded with them, and mapped the coastline from Florida to Newfoundland. However, Verrazzano found no gold, no spices, no easy passage to the riches of the Orient. His journey, though significant for expanding geographical knowledge, yielded little in the way of immediate wealth. Jacques Cartier followed in Verrazzano's wake, undertaking 3 expeditions between 1534 and 1542. He ventured deep into the St. Lawrence River, convinced he had found the Northwest Passage. He encountered the Iroquois people, established brief relationships, and even claimed the land for France. But Cartier's dreams of gold were dashed against the harsh realities of the Canadian wilderness. He returned to France with tales of a cold and unforgiving land, his ships laden with quartz crystals instead of gold and silver. The Northwest Passage remained elusive, and France's thirst for riches remained unquenched. In 1562, driven by the Protestant Huguenots' desire for a safe haven and the ever-present allure of gold, France attempted to establish its first permanent settlement in the New World. They chose a site on the swampy coast of what is now South Carolina and christened it Charlesfort. The colony was plagued from the start. Inadequate supplies, poor leadership, and tensions with the native population created a cauldron of despair. Disease, that silent stalker of the New World, ripped through the fledgling settlement. The colonists, weakened by hunger and disease, fell prey to despair and infighting. Captain René Goulain de Laudonnière, the colony's leader, struggled to maintain order. Their dreams of riches turned to dust as they realized the harsh realities of their situation. Mutiny simmered beneath the surface, fueled by desperation and the crushing weight of their predicament. Charlesfort, once a beacon of hope, became a symbol of suffering and failure. The survivors, their numbers decimated, abandoned the colony within a year, their dreams shipwrecked on the shores of the New World. The tale of Charlesfort served as a grim warning to future colonists. The New World was not for the faint of heart. English ambition, piracy in the name of empire. England, not to be outdone in this race for empire, cast a covetous eye on the New World. But their approach was initially less about exploration and more about plunder. Sir Francis Drake, a privateer with a taste for Spanish gold, terrorized Spanish ships laden with treasure from the Americas. Drake's daring raids, sanctioned by Queen Elizabeth I, filled English coffers and fueled the growing rivalry between England and Spain. He became a legend, a symbol of English audacity and ambition. But England's ambitions extended beyond mere piracy. They too sought a foothold in the New World, a place to establish colonies, expand their empire, and perhaps find the riches that had eluded the French. Their attempts, however, would be met with challenges as daunting and unforgiving as those faced by their French counterparts. The enigma of Roanoke, lost in the wilderness. In 1585, Sir Walter Raleigh, fueled by dreams of colonization and the riches it promised, sponsored an expedition to establish a colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. This venture was part of a larger effort by England to expand its influence and compete with other European powers in the New World. The colonists, over 100 strong, landed on Roanoke with high hopes, determined to tame the wilderness and build a new life. They faced the daunting task of establishing a settlement in an unknown and often hostile environment, relying on their resilience and the hope of future support from England. But Roanoke proved a fickle mistress. The dense forests and unpredictable weather posed constant challenges, testing the settlers' endurance and resolve. The native Algonquin people, initially welcoming, became wary of the English settlers' encroachment on their land. Tensions grew as resources became scarce, and misunderstandings between the two groups led to increasing hostilities. Supplies dwindled, and the promised resupply ships from England were delayed. The settlers faced starvation and disease, their situation growing more desperate with each passing day. John White, the colony's governor, left for England in 1587 to secure more supplies, leaving behind his daughter Eleanor Dare and her newborn daughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. His departure was filled with uncertainty as he hoped to return quickly to save his struggling colony. When White returned 3 years later, he found the colony deserted. The once hopeful settlement was now eerily silent, overgrown and abandoned. The only clue to their fate was the word Croatoan carved on a post. This cryptic message hinted at a possible relocation, but offered no clear answers. The fate of the Roanoke colonists remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Despite numerous theories and extensive research, the true story of what happened to them has never been uncovered. Did they perish from disease, starvation, or conflict with the natives? The harsh conditions and potential clashes with the Algonquin people could have led to their demise. Did they assimilate into a nearby Native American tribe? Some believe the settlers may have sought refuge with the Croatoan or other tribes, blending into their communities. The answer, lost to time, only adds to the legend of the lost colony of Roanoke. This enduring mystery continues to captivate historians and enthusiasts alike as they search for clues to unravel the fate of the vanished settlers. The forgotten colony, Popham's struggle for survival. The failure of Roanoke did not extinguish England's colonial ambitions. Instead, it fueled a determination to establish a foothold in the New World. The English were undeterred and continued to send expeditions across the Atlantic. In 1607, just a year before the founding of Jamestown, a group of English colonists landed in what is now Maine. They were hopeful and determined, ready to carve out a new life in this uncharted territory. They established a settlement named Popham after Sir John Popham, a key figure in the venture. Sir John Popham was instrumental in organizing and financing the expedition, believing in the potential of the New World. Like those who came before them, the colonists at Popham faced a brutal winter, dwindling supplies, and tense relations with the native population. The harsh winter tested their resolve and their ability to survive in this new environment. They constructed a fort, a small ship called the Virginia of Sagadahoc, and struggled to establish a foothold in this unforgiving land. The Virginia of Sagadahoc was a symbol of their hope and ingenuity, representing their efforts to sustain the colony. However, their efforts were in vain. The challenges they faced were insurmountable, and their dreams of a thriving settlement began to fade. Internal disputes, the death of their leader, George Popham, and the harsh realities of life in the New World took their toll. The loss of George Popham was a significant blow, leaving the colonists without strong leadership. Demoralized and defeated, the colonists abandoned Popham in 1608, returning to England with tales of hardship and failure. Their departure marked the end of their brief and challenging attempt to settle in the New World. The Popham colony, though now largely forgotten, serves as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by early English colonists. It highlights the difficulties and uncertainties of establishing a new life in an unknown land. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, but also a sobering example of the fine line between success and failure in the New World. The story of Popham is a poignant chapter in the history of early American colonization. Throughout this video, we've explored the epic failures of French and English colonies in North America. From the mysterious disappearance of Roanoke to the harsh struggles of the Popham colony, these early attempts at colonization were fraught with challenges. Yet, they laid the groundwork for future settlements and the eventual establishment of thriving colonies. The stories of these early colonists remind us of the resilience and determination required to build a new life in an unknown land. Let's discuss in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share.